Ladies and gentlemen, just a preliminary search. You could type in Google Democrat indicted or arrested, and you will find so many politicians, morally superior, wonderful, beautiful Democratic politicians. Now, we know that Lieutenant Governor Brian Benjamin, was arrested on bribery charges and resigned today. New York. This was in New York, Lieutenant Governor Brian Benjamin. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including Benjamin, 6, 7, 8 Democrats within the past, and I could have probably found about 10. I think I'm missing one that I mentioned in a segment prior to this one. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Democrats arrested within the past 6, 7, 8 months. And I'm not joking. I mean, this is unbelievable. So you can go ahead and count with me. There's Brian Benjamin today. Okay, that's Politico, the New York Times, Fox News, Yahoo News. That's everywhere. Washington Post, an Arizona state senator has resigned days after police say he, and you can look, AZ Central, that's Tony Navarrete. Okay, despicable accusations, allegedly doing the most disgusting things and the most insidious things. So that's one Democrat, and that was in August of last year. Okay? So that's August of last year. Michael Madigan, that's March of this year. Former Illinois, so justice.gov, former Illinois Speaker of the House, indicted on federal racketeering and bribery charges in connection with alleged corruption schemes. So he was one of the most powerful people in Democratic politics, or in the state politics in Chicago. He was indicted and arrested. So that's number 2. Okay, so councilman defeats indicted Rochester mayor in Democratic primary. There was a Rochester mayor, Lovely Warren, who ran for a third term. This is the Associated Press. Ran for a third term while under indictment in a campaign finance case. And also how she handled a law enforcement official who lost his life, was defeated Tuesday. So this is the New York. This is a Associated Press article, but there's a New York Times article. Lovely Warren troubled Rochester mayor. These are all Democrats to resign in plea deal. So that's Lovely Warren. That's third. Representative Aaron Coleman arrested on domestic violence allegations in Johnson County. This is a CJ Online article. Democratic State Representative Aaron Coleman was arrested on domestic violence allegations over the weekend, records show. That is the Topeka Capital Journal. So that is Aaron Coleman, the fourth. 1, 2, 3, fourth. Okay. Democrat arrested. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. We're going to chronicle all the Democrats arrested. Okay, so then you have the fifth right here. And they will all be in the description section. So that's Lieutenant Governor Brian Benjamin resigns. Okay, that's fifth. Redford Democrat charged on drunk driving allegations. Did not inform Speaker of arrest. That is a Redford Democrat. This is the Detroit Free Press. A Redford Democrat from a prominent political family was arrested in February on allegations of drunk driving after police reportedly watched her attempting to drive with 2 flat tires. Okay, that's April 6th, 2022. Malcolm Smith. Oh, let's see. No, he was released from prison early. He's a Democrat who represented Southeast Queens in the state Senate. So we can, okay, so he actually got out of prison. So let's see, we'll just add him into this because there's a gentleman that I spoke about in my last segment, a Democrat who was arrested that I'm forgetting here, even though his arrest was a couple years back. An ex-Democratic Pennsylvania Attorney General already on probation, charged with DUI. That's March 14, 2022. Former Pennsylvania Attorney General Kathleen Kane was arrested on charges of drunk driving under the influence of alcohol while still on probation for convictions related to her resignation from office. Okay. Kane, a Democrat, was involved in a crash. There you go. And released on general impairment DUI charges. All right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I could have gone 9 and 10. We could have just made it 10, but I don't know. I keep on trying to find one of the indicted Democrats in recent memory that I spoke about in my last segment, in addition to the lieutenant governor. Ladies and gentlemen, all you hear about is Trump and how his tax returns are the holy grail of corruption, how he breaks norms and he's just a horrible person. And we have record highs in inflation, soaring inflation, skyrocketing inflation. Well, before we get to that, they can't indict Trump or charge him on January on working with Russia because it never happened. It was literally a hoax and a myth that was created by his direct political rivals, Clinton, the Democratic Party, and others. And the Durham Probe Special Counsel just indicted 3 people who were loyal to the Democratic Party for setting up and framing Trump. So they couldn't indict Trump on his tax returns, January, working with a hostile foreign country to interfere in the election because they don't know in 2016, because they don't know how many Facebook ads swung. Even if a Facebook ad swung even one person, they have no idea at all. Meanwhile, all these Democrats are getting arrested and indicted. Did I even hear about these people? No. The Democratic Party is the epicenter of corruption. And are there Republicans arrested? Sure. Not nearly as many in the past 4 to 5 years. Not nearly as many. But you can get away with a great deal more as a Democrat. Okay, just ask Pelosi or Feinstein about stock trades. And also Richard Burr, too, because he sold stock right after classified briefings as well. But he was a never Trump Republican. So if you play ball within the system, go after Trump, and claim that another country is trying to interfere and all that, you'll get away with things. But they can't get Trump on anything. They just can't get him on anything. Then they said, he took 15 boxes, and even the Department of Justice now is defending Trump on that. 15 boxes of classified data. That even William Barr said, that's making a mountain out of a molehill. That's, of course, nonsense. Madam Secretary had top secret and special access program intelligence on servers running outside of the United States government. But they can't get Trump on anything. Okay, meanwhile, this den of corruption, this endless pit of corrupt and illegal activity called the Democratic Party, Tammany Hall. It's a modern-day Tammany Hall. And you could look at Michael Madigan, and you can look at Lieutenant Governor Brian Benjamin, but also, you can look at Andrew Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo, that's just right there. He was given, by the way, an Emmy. You have to understand something. The people who pontificate and give sermons and preach and win Emmy Awards like Andrew Cuomo, and the people at the Washington Post, the New York Times, MSNBC, CNN, I just read you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people indicted, arrested Democrats. Trump has never been arrested or indicted. He never will be. Okay? Let that sink in for a second. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. But they will try their best to project and say, hey, look over there, so you don't look at the corruption within the Democratic Party. Hit subscribe right now.